Today's core message is simple but critical. An implant is not a tooth. While both the implant and the tooth restore function, their fundamental biomechanics differs drastically. The presence of periodontal ligament in the natural tooth versus rigid fixation in a dental implant changes everything from mobility to force absorption and sensory feedback. Ignoring these differences is a primary cause of implant complications. On the left, we see the natural tooth is suspended by the periodontal ligament within the alveolar bone. The periodontal ligament is 0.2 millimeters wide, living tissue that contains collagen fibers, blood vessels, lymphatics and nerve endings, and performs critical functions for the natural tooth that include shock absorption. The deformability and the displaceability of the periodontal ligament enables the natural tooth to dissipate the load it is subjected to. Second is the proprioception. This enables the natural tooth to sense even very small and light biting forces and avoid excessive loading. The natural tooth has physiological mobility that ranges from 25 to 100 microns. Besides these, the PDL contributes to nutrition, remodeling, continuous remodeling and repair. While as on the right we see the dental that is rigidly fixed within the surrounding bone by a process known as the osseointegration, which is the structural and direct structural and functional connection between the living ordered bone and the surface of the titanium that helps implant direct transfer of stress to the surrounding bone. With time, the dental implant develops osseoperception and the implant has the minimal physiological mobility of 3 to 5 microns. The elastic deformation of the surrounding bone accounts for this amount of the movement. The dental implant and the natural tooth differ with respect to the robustness of the tissue interface. As far as the natural tooth is concerned, the natural tooth tissue interface is robust. Natural tooth tissue interface is robust because of presence of the perpendicular arrangement of the collagen fibers that get inserted perpendicularly to the cementum near the cemento-enamel junction and is known as the biologic width, and it consists of epithelial attachment plus connective tissue attachment. And the perpendicular arrangement of the collagen fibers within the connective tissue attachment prevents the apical ingress of the bacteria from the gingival sulcus. While as in case of the dental implant, the implant tissue interface is weak because of the presence of the parallel arrangement of the collagen fibers within the connective tissue along the length of the implant collar and the presence of the long junctional epithelium, which makes the apical penetration of bacteria from the sulcus easier.